Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I am your host, Hery Acosta. Huge shout out to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video. Thank you all very much. Let's hop straight into it. You guys hear something? The Pacers won a game. Well, mind blown. After 13 straight losses, the Indiana Pacers have won a game. Now, I know what everyone's going to say. It was against the Hornets. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, we couldn't even beat the Wizards a few weeks ago, so I'll take what we can get. Now, obviously, the main point of actually wanting to win a game was to get Rick Carlisle his 1,000th win, and that is what I'm going to talk about after I kind of break down a little bit this game. Now, the Pacers actually played very well in this game. It was a lot of lead changes and a lot of ties, but a 50% shooting night, 41-82 from the field, and 12-27 from three. Near perfect free throws. And the only free throw we missed was a clutch free throw by Ben Shepherd, oddly enough. One of our best free throw shooters was the one that missed a free throw. But 3 of 3 from Siakam, 4 of 4 for Furphy, 3 of 3 Neesmith, 2 of 2 McConnell. Bradley made his free throw. Walker was 2 of 2, and Ethan Thompson was 3 of 3. So, really good on the line. They weren't as good, but I mean, they still shot 75% from free throw, which is about league average. But the big stat was that 44% to 36%. We had one more rebound, 4 less assists, 1 more steal, but we did have 3 more blocks because my man Jay Huff is just coming in crazy with a 3-block game. A block from Neesmith, Jackson, and Johnny Furphy. But great win. We are now 7-31. I'm just really glad that we won a game because I didn't want to go on like some crazy 2023 Detroit Pistons losing streak. I'm just glad we won a game. So, very happy about that. Next, he did it. The man did it. After being stuck at 999 since December 8th, it's been a month since we won a game. Because I'm recording this, obviously, the night before. I don't always say that, but December 8th was the last time we won a game. And we did it again. Now Carlisle has 1,000 wins. He is only the 11th coach to do so. He's the third to have 1,000 wins, win a championship as a player and a coach, because obviously he won in 2011 with the Mavericks, and then as a player he won with the Celtics back in the 80s. So honestly, not a lot of people have had a better NBA career overall when it comes to coaching and playing than Rick Carlisle, someone who's won it at every level, who's been a very successful coach with multiple teams. Obviously, he's made the finals with the Pacers, won the finals with the Mavericks, had a pretty good career when he coached for the Pistons, and obviously his early days in Indiana were very good. Always has coached some really good teams. Now, you don't see him, obviously, too much coaching a bad team. Now, we don't have a bad roster. We're just overall not clicking on a bunch of cylinders. But we're going to keep Carlisle because Carlisle's a great coach. I like him. I would love to keep him as long as we can. I think his rotations could use a little bit of work, but also he has an NBA championship. I don't, so I can't really question what he's doing. And also, I mean, he made it to the finals literally less than 7 months ago. So, yeah. But, I don't know. Big win. Very happy that Carlisle finally got his 1,000th win. Now to more. I know he's gonna get some more this year. It's not gonna be a lot, but he's gonna get some more. Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year's a 50-60 win game. Win season, sorry. And he just keeps on adding to his already impressive resume. So I'm very excited to see what else Carlisle can do because, like I said, huge fan. And I know I've talked a lot about I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but I do think he's a great coach. But you already know what's up. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get into all the action. Playing on Underdog is easy, and just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get your picks right and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today and use promo code BasketballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BasketballFan. Underdog, make picks, win money. Now, once a week, we're going to do a kind of just a projection with a player from the Pacers. And first, I'm going to start with Siakam for this week. Now, the next game is going to be against Miami on Saturday on the 10th. And the projections for the stats aren't out just yet. So we're going to kind of just talk about these stats a little bit and then make predictions. The big game he just had, as I recorded this video, as he just finished against the Charlotte Hornets, was a 30-point, 14 rebound, 3 assist game. And we all know what Siakam is capable of doing. He is the best player on this roster. He is currently averaging 23.7 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. Now, he's been very somewhat consistent on his assists, which has been 3, 3, 5, 5, and 0. The game against Orlando, he was really just scoring. But he's a good passer. He's just the offense though, so he's not really going to be too focusing on getting the ball out here, getting the ball out there. So whatever his assist projection is, I would go lower. Now, obviously, if that projection is at 3.5, which honestly might be what it would be because of kind of just averaging it out, kind of ignoring the 0 one, but if you average it out, it's going to be about 3.5. That would be a riskier projection to go higher, but I do think that I would go lower if it was 3.5 just to kind of maintain. And especially against the Heat, he's going to want to be more involved in the offense. Now, rebounding, set the projection at about 7.5, 8.5. What he just did against Charlotte, yeah, his projection would go higher just because a 7.5, he can grab that pretty much whenever. He is kind of our best rebounder at the moment, and I didn't even realize I meant to put at Charlotte, not at Indiana, but you guys know what I mean. I would go higher on his rebounds and his points. Let's say his points is at 25 or 24 and a half. He is the main scorer right now when Mathurin is out. He is the offense. His scoring will be higher. He's the best scorer on the team. No one else is averaging 20 points a game besides Mathurin, and Matherin's hurt. So this is going to be a fun one. I'm very excited to talk about projections about different players. Next week, I'm planning to do, if he's healthy, I'm planning to do Andrew Nemhard. Just because I want to go from a scorer to kind of a more pass first guy at the moment. But yeah, those are my takes. And we're going to hop right into some big games, including the guy who I just talked about. I mean, Siakam had a 30-point game. 30 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. But TJ McConnell just had 23 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. And if anyone watched that game, that last second, it was like 11.2 seconds and that was left. Siakam drives in for a layup. They go up 113, 112. And then LaMelo Ball practically just hands it to TJ McConnell, which, I mean, if you ever watched FanDuel Sports Network, you know Quinn Buckner and Kristen Airy call it a McConnell, and obviously it just sticks because a McConnell is basically just stealing the inbound pass. And honestly, great play, great heads up play by McConnell to know exactly what it was actually Musa Diabiti who passed it in. He was passing it to LaMelo Ball, but took that right out of there. So very impressive. McConnell played great. Obviously, this game was kind of seen after Brandon Miller got ejected for arguing with the refs. LaMelo Ball had a big game, 33 points. Bridges had 19. Knepel had 18. But outside of that, I mean, a 10-point game from Diabate in 35 minutes. But he's not really a scorer, more of a defender and a rebounder. But Colin Sexton, 11 points. And then their bench outside of LaMelo Ball, which interesting seeing LaMelo Ball on the bench, just wasn't really doing much. Their next highest scorer was Tijan Salam, who had 4 points. But the bench for the Pacers, I mean, McConnell had 23, 7 points for Shepard, 7 points for Tony Bradley, now on a 10-day contract. Micah Potter had 5, Jarace Walker had 2 points, but it was 0 for 5. He's still, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm hoping he gets better. But then last but not least, let's talk about the Heat game. Now, we finally got rid of that losing streak, so honestly, whatever happens, next game happens. I'm gonna have fun recording this episode, anyways. But the Heat are currently 20-17 with pretty much nobody on their injury report, but obviously Terry Rozier, but we all know what that's about. But Andrew Nemhart's now out because he didn't play today, and then he's not going to play against Miami. Isaiah Jackson continues to be out of a concussion, which I'm a little worried about because how long is this concussion going to last? Because a lot of times it's like a week or two, but he's been out for a minute now. Nick Matherin's thumb injury is still very much a thing, and then obviously the usual Toppin and Halliburton. But Miami currently being led by Norman Powell, who honestly should be an all-star. Should have been an all-star last year, but should be an all-star this year. Tyler Hero, when he's healthy, he's an absolute dog. He's always done great against Indy. And then Adebayo on probably another all-star season, averaging 17 and 10. And then Hawkes and Wiggins also having pretty decent seasons, both averaging around 16. Overall, this team is a very good team. More like a play-in team, of course. They are currently 8th in the East, but still a fun game to watch. And I'm honestly just really glad we won. This has been a really fun episode. I'm very excited to do those projections once a week. But like always, like and subscribe for more of this content. I'm out every Monday through Friday. This is very, very fun to do. As always, I'm your host, Hery Acosta. This is Pacers Daily. Boom, baby, and go Sirs.